we'll practice a simple guided meditation together. This is a technique that you can use in conjunction with other practices. It's something that's really lovely at the end, finishing up a meditation, but at the same time it can be your whole meditation. And in some ways it is actually what is supposed to happen during a meditation process. And meditation means different things to different people. So there's, the fundamental thing that sort of connects them all, at least at some level, is that you're growing your vibration. You are enhancing yourself in this way that you are enhancing your degree of interconnectivity and therefore the richness of your being. And the simple way to say that is you are growing love. This is a term that it stands out because it's not something that necessarily would be the first thing that everybody thinks of. And at the same time, it's something that we can all relate to on some level, that the idea of growing love has an appealing sort of flavor for some, perhaps more than others. And at the same time, there's this awareness that that's something worth working towards. And the irony of it is it's not something that is requiring of work in the same way that there's a certain degree where it's just a gift that's freely given, and that it's this thing that keeps on giving in a way that there's no degree to which there's an expectation of return. And there's a sort of just like a bird that sings a song that is not doing it for any other reason than it's programmed basically to make bird songs, and that those bird songs serve different communication purposes with other birds. And at the same time, there is this fundamental thing that birds just sing. That's just what they do. And so we have this same sort of thing of, we're here to be social creatures. We don't exist in isolation in the wild. In very rare cases, people can go into caves for long periods of time, but they are very rare. And that the average person who lives in a house, we can call you a householder, even if you don't own a house, just people that generally dwell in places where there are homes and groups of people living, that this is something that's very normal in the most standard sense of the word. And we can connect to the simplicity of that and the truth of that and the reason why that is the case, and understand that our connection to other individuals is at the top of our happiness. It's at the pinnacle of who we can be as individuals, is who we are to others in many ways. And that this is not the whole picture by any means, because we have our own sense of knowing and understanding of who we are that is beyond opinion. And at the same time, we have this understanding that the way that the words that we say don't matter as much as the way that we make people feel. And that, or you don't, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. That we are connected to each other in this way that lets us feel something deeper within ourselves. And we can be glad, be happy to be able to expand ourselves in connecting to others, and that happens by being a friend. And so that's what this practice is for. And the first thing to do is to connect deep within your center. Just feel how there's this physical center, mental center, that they're perhaps at different layers of the dimensions of things, but they are the same. And when we take a sigh and feel the body physiologically relax, lower the shoulders, relax the heart, feel that calmness and stillness in the mind. And we can start to feel that underlying essence, the you-ness that you are without the external conditions. Without the impressions of our thoughts and our emotions on the inner stillness. In some cultures, the heart cave is a concept. Some people might call it just your happy place. Of picturing a space where you feel safe, joyful, serene. Perhaps there's water, trees, animals. Perhaps there's loved ones, or beautiful music, or beautiful smells, or soft feeling. Just the space that you occupy feels like it's something that you are not only destined for, but something that's always been with you. And this sense of returning back while understanding that in order to go west, you go east to circumnavigate the earth. The Ouroboros, the snake in a circle swallowing its own tail. The returning to the present moment as the eternal experience of now. And the love in the heart as what carries through that experience. And this love as a raw, true essence, something that's unchanged, something that cannot be burdened because it is not of this world. And in the darkness, it is a shining light. as we may familiarize ourselves with darkness, we can just as well become accustomed to light. Understanding the relationship connecting to the awareness of our ability to shine light like a star. And that our starlight of consciousness, our awareness, serves as a vehicle to connect us back to love and back to ourselves and into the body to be expressions of that love in this world. And that we can be playing our roles in the world and fully embrace this love in our hearts. And we can see how that changes the way that people respond to us and the way that we feel. And we can experience how our will, our changing of ourselves, in turn changes the way that we are treated. And sometimes this lesson comes in different ways, but it gives us great perspective to reflect on relationship, whatever kind of relationship that is, with a parent, with a partner, with a child, with a friend, with a coworker. There's a deep level of synergy, synchronicity that occurs when we step into this field, which is both unknown and immediately becomes known as soon as you step into it. And there's a shedding, a letting go of anything that's not you, and that those things can be scary to let go of. But in the same way that you let go of an old coat when you're done with it, so you can let go of these versions of you, or these patterns that more accurately are not you. And to experience the present moment as something that is generous, that time is our greatest resource, and at the same time, time is just the present moment. And so if we can improve our ability to experience the present moment, we improve our enjoyment of life and our efficiency and effectiveness. There's a certain group of people that went to go study the monks in the Himalayas, the Tibetan Buddhists, and with the help of the Dalai Lama, these Harvard-trained researchers went to the monks to measure them. The senior monks had meditated over 10,000 hours. And so they started strapping the brain measurers, the EEGs, onto the monks' heads like a little brain helmet, and the monks started laughing. The researchers are like, what's so funny? Why are you laughing? And they started pointing at the heart. And all of them knew that whatever happens within us, it doesn't start with the brain, or it doesn't immediately center around the brain. That our heart has far more impact than we may initially realize. That, of course, we have to tune the mind to be able to receive different signals and to be more sensitive to that and to strengthen it. The power of mind is very useful. And at the same time, the power comes from the heart, and that power is from love. And like Jimi Hendrix said, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. And so all we can do is love. That we can try to do other things, but to make all of our expressions somehow an expression of this universal love. It's a simple way to experiment with. And it's something that's not just for one group of people or this sort of situation or that. It's just a mindset. And that when we close our eyes, connect deep within ourselves, we can start to feel the clearing of anything that was on our window, so to speak, obscuring our view of the world. That perhaps the thick bushes of the forest of our feelings clear into a beautiful meadow with springs, butterflies, clear skies overhead. So we'll round out this practice visualizing the place that you are in. First, just picturing your body in space, feeling this radiant energy, this blissful, warm, glowing, radiant energy emanating from the center of your being. And you feel this energy expanding, and as this energy expands, you feel more love and more bliss growing within you. With each breath, this bliss, this feeling of love grows within you as you feel this light expanding in all directions. This light expands beyond the body, beyond the space that you're in. And this feeling starts now expanding to your surrounding area, to the buildings and the trees and the people. You feel this energy now expanding to the whole town or the whole city, the whole place that you're in. You feel this love growing and expanding within you as you start to picture the world from a distance, seeing this whole world bathed in this golden, glowing light, this warm, radiant love that is growing. And you feel the whole universe bathed, basking in this love, this radiant light. You can send love anywhere in the universe to anyone immediately. Sending love to your loved ones, sending love to strangers, sending love even to enemies for teaching lessons, sending love to encircle all of humanity, to encircle all the galaxies, the whole universe, everything. And as you feel this love connecting back to the people you love, feel that gratitude for connection. Connecting back into yourself, feeling grateful for who you are. To be alive, to be a human. Returning back to the body, feeling your fingers and toes. Being aware and grateful of the body. And as you feel this deep connection to love, to this radiant light within you, feel how with each breath this feeling grows. You focus let the heart be open and relaxed, feeling this warm radiant light releasing, dissolving anything that's left, relaxing, rejuvenating, regenerating, until all that's left, all that you can experience is love. Swimming in love. So I thank you for practicing, sharing together. These simple acts make a difference. And trust in your practice and in sharing with others.